Hannes. Hannes was the man who saved Eren and Mikasa from the Smiling Titan when it first invaded their home. At that time, Hannes didn't save Eren's mother from being devoured, admitting that he wasn't brave enough to fight the Smiling Titan. Years later, when the Smiling Titan returned to the battlefield, Eren was both excited and furious. He wanted to avenge his mother but couldn't transform, having exhausted his Titan shifting powers. Fortunately, Hannes stepped in to defend him. He said, "Eren, look, how I will take revenge for your mom by killing this Titan." After slicing the Titan's heel and bringing it to the ground, Hannes was suddenly grabbed. Eren could do nothing but watch as the man who once saved him was devoured by the same Titan that had taken his mother. It's such a brutal moment for Eren. He starts laughing, breaking down completely mentally. Ramzi and Halil weren't on either side of the war in Attack on Titan. They were poor beggars who were victims of the rumbling. When Eren invaded Marley, he found Ramzi being beaten by multiple men for stealing. Even though he knew he'd eventually kill the boy through the rumbling, he saved him from his beating in an attempt to rewrite the future. When Eren realized it wouldn't change anything, he cried to Ramzi and apologized profusely, much to the boy's confusion. Ramzi and Halil are running from the rumbling when a colossal Titan destroys a building while it walks, kicking massive amounts of debris their way. One of the pieces pins Ramzi to the ground, where he is forced to look at Halil's dead body. Through blood-curdling screams, Ramzi is trampled by a colossal Titan and dies savagely. Petra Pal. Petra Pal was a skilled soldier and a hand-picked member of Levi Ackerman's Special Operations Squad. With a record of 58 Titan kills, she was highly skilled in battle and trusted by her comrades. Despite being a fierce fighter, Petra was warm-hearted and deeply cared for her teammates, especially Eren Yeager, whom she guided when he first joined the squad. Her death was one of the saddest moments in the series. During a battle against the female Titan, Petra and her squad fought bravely, believing they had the upper hand. However, the Titan unexpectedly regenerated and killed her comrades one by one. Petra was left in shock and unable to react in time. The Titan kicked her into a tree with brutal force, killing her instantly. Later, her lifeless body was seen by Levi, who showed silent grief over her death. Erwin Smith. Erwin, already missing an arm from a previous battle, leads a suicidal charge against the Beast Titan, who throws massive boulders that crush soldiers and horses alike. Knowing the odds are against them, Erwin rallies his terrified recruits with a powerful speech. He tells them that their lives, though likely to end in the charge, will have meaning if they fight for humanity's survival. His words ignite a fire in the soldiers, and they follow him into what seems like certain death. As the charge begins, Erwin rides at the front, shouting for his soldiers to let their blood boil and their voices be heard. The Beast Titan hurls boulders at the charging soldiers and chaos erupts. Erwin is struck by a massive rock that tears through his side and kills his horse. Despite the fatal wound, he clings to life, his face showing a mix of pain and determination. He is found barely alive by Flock, a surviving soldier, who carries him back to safety. Back at the base, the Survey Corps faces a heartbreaking dilemma. They have one dose of Titan serum, which can save either Erwin or Armin, a young soldier who is also near death. Levi, Erwin's closest comrade, is torn. He remembers Erwin's earlier confession that he was tired of the burden of leadership and his dream of uncovering the truth. In the end, Levi chooses to save Armin, believing that Erwin deserved to rest after a lifetime of sacrifice. Erwin dies peacefully, his dream of seeing the basement and learning the truth left unfulfilled. Ian Dietrich was a team leader in the Garrison Regiment and played a key role in the battle to reclaim Trost District. He was a strict but rational leader who put his duty above all else. Unlike some of his comrades, Ian believed in taking risks if it meant securing humanity's survival. He was handpicked by Commander Dot Pixis to lead the elite squad assigned to protect Eren Yeager during the operation to seal the breach in Wall Rose. Ian died during the battle to reclaim Trost District while protecting Eren as he carried a massive boulder to block the hole in the wall. At the start of the operation, Eren lost control of his Titan form, leaving him unconscious and defenseless. As Titans closed in, Ian's comrades, Rico and Mitabi, suggested retreating, believing the mission had already failed. However, Ian refused. He insisted that they continue fighting and hold off the Titans for as long as possible, knowing that without Eren, humanity had no hope of taking back Trost. When Eren finally regained control and lifted the boulder, Ian ordered his soldiers to protect him at all costs. As more Titans flooded the battlefield, the elite squad ran out of buildings to use for their ODM gear, forcing them to fight on foot. Ian, seeing no other option, decided to act as bait, drawing Titans away from Eren to give him time to reach the wall. During the chaos, Ian saw one of his comrades being grabbed by a titan. Without hesitation, he rushed in and pulled the soldier free. However, in doing so, he left himself exposed. Before he could escape, a titan grabbed him and bit down, killing him instantly. His sacrifice, along with those of many other soldiers, allowed Eren to successfully seal the gate and reclaim Trost. Marlo Freudenberg. Marlo Freudenberg was a soldier in the Scout Regiment and a former member of the Military Police Regiment. He was a righteous and idealistic person who joined the military police, hoping to reform its corruption, but later realized that the system itself was flawed. Disillusioned, he switched to the Scouts, believing they were truly fighting for humanity's future. Marlo died during the Battle of Shiganshina in a suicide charge against the Beast Titan. After the Beast Titan trapped the Scouts outside Wall Maria, Marlo and other recruits were left to guard the horses. However, when the Beast Titan began hurling deadly boulders, killing most of the soldiers instantly, Erwin Smith devised a desperate plan. He and the remaining recruits, including Marlo, would charge directly at the Beast Titan, acting as a distraction while Levi Ackerman sneaked in to attack. Marlo, despite his fear, followed the plan. As he rode toward the Beast Titan, he saw soldiers being killed one by the raining stones. Still, he pressed forward, clinging to the hope that their deaths would mean something. As he galloped, a sudden thought entered his mind. He wondered what Hitch, his old comrade from the military police, was doing at that moment. Perhaps she was still asleep, unaware of what was happening to him. Before he could finish his thought, a massive rock struck him, crushing half of his head and killing him instantly. His death was swift but tragic, as he never got to see whether the Scout's sacrifice led to victory. Ymir Fritz. Ymir Fritz was the first person to gain the power of the Titans. She was once a normal girl but was taken as a slave by the Eldian king Fritz. One day, while being hunted, she fell into a strange underground pool where a mysterious creature fused with her, turning her into the first Titan. With her new power, she was forced to serve the king, helping him build his empire, destroy his enemies, and even bear his children, Maria, Rose, and Sheena. Her death was heartbreaking because even after all she did for the king, he never saw her as anything more than a tool. 13 years after becoming a Titan, she sacrificed herself to save him from an assassination attempt. But instead of mourning her, the king ordered their daughters to eat her body so that her Titan power would live on. This horrifying act led to the creation of the 9 Titans. Bertolt Hoover. Bertolt Hoover was a Titan, and along with Reiner Braun and Annie Leonhardt, he pretended to be a soldier inside the walls to complete his mission. He was quiet and often followed Reiner's lead, but he was extremely powerful. His Titan was massive and could cause huge explosions, making him one of the most dangerous enemies of the Survey Corps. Though he acted calm, Bertolt struggled with guilt over his actions. Bertolt's death happened during the Battle of Shiganshina. He turned into the Colossal Titan to destroy the Survey Corps, but Armin Arlert and Eren Yeager came up with a smart plan to defeat him. Armin distracted Bertolt by clinging to his Titan's body, enduring the extreme heat that burned his skin. While Bertolt focused on Armin, he didn't notice Eren sneaking up behind him. At the last moment, Eren, in human form, used his Titan powers to pull Bertolt out of the Colossal Titan's nape. Without his Titan, Bertolt was weak and had no way to fight back. The Survey Corps captured him, and later decided to give the Colossal Titan's power to Armin, who had almost died in battle. This meant that Bertolt had to be fed to a Titan. When he realized what was happening, he panicked. He begged for his life, calling out to Reiner and Annie to save him, but no one came. His fear grew as Armin, now turned into a Titan, stood over him. Bertolt screamed and pleaded, but the Titan ignored him. In the end, the Titan grabbed him and ate him alive. His screams echoed before suddenly stopping, marking his tragic end.